What up, Super Fun Force, Captain Gamesta, and guess what today, guys? It's going to be my Final Faction haul unboxing. Now, you guys might have already seen these in my previous videos, but I got these last year. A lot of them Christmas gifts. Special shout out and thanks to Mikey A88. But now I'm going to actually open them because it's been about, again, like I said, almost a year, and I've been looking at them on the cards. They look great, and I've decided that I'm going to be able to display these now actually with like my Star Wars vintage collection, you know, or they can even be in their own separate area. But again, these are super cool, so let's get right to it. If you haven't already, you can just check out my quick, haul and impressions video. But the one thing I want to say that I really liked about this series is that number one, obviously it's from the dollar store, making it super cheap, about $1 each. Oh, by the way, check out my 2 vehicle videos. I won't be putting those here, but those vehicles are incredible values, super fun for sure. But as I mentioned, especially like with this character, it gives me like Captain Power vibes. So what I like about Final Faction is that it has this retro kind of aesthetic, especially in the artwork. And the toys are reminiscent of things like G.I. Joe, obviously. Like this is like the Captain, I think it was the General Falcon that I had with the wing pack, jet pack, kind of a Captain Power here. They got like the mecha stuff, and then it even has like Jason the Wheeled Warrior vibes. Like the aliens are really cool, a little bit of like sci-fi Halo, and yeah, it also comes in the G.I. Joe scale too. So really cool. And the back has all of their stats and everything. So I'm gonna just try to rip off the front. Unfortunately, this art might get destroyed, but just kind of cool to keep the smaller version of it back here, and just some of the data and details. Finally, as you can see here, you can watch it on YouTube. I haven't checked it for a while, but I had watched up to last Christmas, all of them that they had. I think it was up to the Funny Cookie episode, but again, they're kind of like a little bit more silly and cartoony versions of G.I. Joes, nothing too serious, but definitely a fun watch. All right, so here's Ruck. Let's go. So let me see how I'm going to open this, because where's the plastic on these guys? Or you know what? This might take a little bit longer, but I think I'm going to grab my Swiss Army knife just to make it a little bit more easier too, because it'll help me keep the cards actually at better condition. So the only tricky thing here is that, again, always slice away from you, but just don't want to make sure I don't cut the characters. But again, it's okay. Like, I'm not trying to destroy these or mistreat them. I mean, they're only like $1 each. Let me open them off camera though, so it'll be a lot faster here. In the meantime, you guys can take a look at all that stuff right there. Cool. So just open them the same way I did my G.I. Joes. So I can actually just keep the cards like so. Shkabam! But yeah, here they are. So let's take a look. I'll keep the card off here to the side. Just kind of put them all down here. So, you know what? First impressions, this is the very first time I've held this in my hand. I will say it actually fits kind of sturdy. Now, obviously, the detail's not always there. It looks kind of, I would say like borderline bad in the way that the paints are apt here on the face. I don't think any of them really have good paint apps on the face, sadly, but the sculpting is there. The body looks great. This kind of shiny metal here. And yeah, it just, to me, wow, the molding is decent. I would say the molding is actually pretty good. It's pretty good. So, and the last thing is it has just a retro articulation where it's just the arms that move up and down and the legs. So this is kind of like reminiscent of like late 70s toys that came with like, Star Wars, or even the mini stuff that you get from like, what's it called, Mad Max and everything. But surprisingly, the plastic actually feels pretty good, and it looks solid. And then let's take a look at the weapon pack here. So they give us, okay, so one peg hole is for the screw, but this one goes on like this. And then really cool, he has the 2 little circular openings there, because this blaster, I believe it's supposed to go, we'll see if it goes over his shoulder that way. Okay, so it should go like this. Really, really cool. We just plug that in there, and I think it shows here. Oh yeah, it does show it on his left shoulder. And I think this actually should go higher. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And that fits in there very securely. That feels really strong. Wow. Awesome! All right, well, there you go. There's Ruck. Really, really nice. So this is cool. Yeah, it has pegs on the bottom. stand. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so what I'm probably gonna do, I don't want this video to be super long. I'm gonna break it down into 2 videos. I'm just gonna go through these characters really quick, and then I'll do the accessory pack and weapons next. So yeah, well there's Ruck, so we'll keep him right there. I'm gonna go to the next character over here. And I think the next character is that we have Shift. But yeah, I'm actually really surprised at the quality. Super nice. Again, the plastic feels thick. And again, the great thing about these characters too is, like, again, if you're interested in this 3.5 scale, you know, these guys look nice and just kind of like pose and set up, like, just, you know, obviously they're going to just be standing there, right? But you can still like line them up and they look pretty cool with G.I. Joes. And the last part is, just one more second. There you go. The last thing I was going to say, nice, is they're definitely super durable. So if you get these for like kids or something like that, I can see these being pretty durable to play with. You know, even this figure here reminds me of like Jinx. I remember when G.I. Joe the movie came out, we got Jinx. Okay, so one thing I'm curious about, well, okay, cool. Oh, you see, even her outfit has some nice details on the back. There's all those like engravings back there, but here's the tricky part. So how do we put, because her hair is right there, right? Yeah, that's gonna be kind of interesting. So I think the tricky thing here, you have to kind of slide the head up a little bit. Yep, there we go. So this one's a little bit trickier, the design, sadly. I think there's, okay, no, that's good. The paint is good. Actually, this one doesn't look that bad on the face, honestly. I mean, it's very simple, again, kind of retro. They just, again, the sculpt looks really nice. Unfortunately for this, though, it doesn't really look like her too much. East Asia. So she doesn't really look, unfortunately, East Asian. She looks, you know, with the skin tone, she looks just, you know, Caucasian, unfortunately. And I mean that by, you know, it doesn't match the character, you know what I mean? So it's cool that they were supposed to have some sort of diversity. Like this guy's obviously Caucasian, super cool. Oh, no, wait, oh yeah, well, Austria, Ruck. You know, obviously they got the African-American dude, and then this was supposed to be the Asian girl. But, you know, still, like I said, the face sculpt is decent, though. So that's not bad at all. Yeah, and there we go. The hands are pretty large, so I don't know if the weapons are going to actually hold, though. We'll have to see how that works out later. It looks like they all have large hands. But either way, it looks good. It's just a little tricky. Yeah, you just got to lift up the hair a little bit to get the swords in there. But not bad at all. Again, nice card. So that's actually really cool. We're going to hold on to those. All right, this guy's exciting. Let's get Steel also. Yeah, again, I like this character's, you know, she kind of reminds me of kind of like Scarlet meets Jinx from G.I. Joe, so that's kind of neat. Then over here, funny thing about Steel, I'm not sure, well actually I guess the timeline would fit, but like Steel looks, well I guess not. I was going to say he kind of reminds me of Falcon from the MCU. Well, I mean, I guess that's true, right? Because Falcon obviously has the jetpack. Okay, almost done here. With Steel. Oh man, I might have sliced his card a little bit too much. Oh, darn. I just got a little bit of that off. Went a little too deep in there, but that's okay. Steel. Booyaka. Yeah, so we have like Falcon. Really nice. Wow, I like the kind of the metallic paint app again. Great face sculpt. Nice detailing on the arms. Pretty amazing, actually. I'm going to get this on. Don't mind the garbage in the background. Yeah, that's cool because you have the thrusters going down. Again, great looking figure. Oh yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. Can't wait to open up his dragon, kind of like dragonfly expansion. That thing looks incredible. This is already nice. That thing looks ginormous. Super mecha style. All right, almost done here. We're going to finish up with Steel. or excuse me, steadfast. This guy looks super tanky. Amazing. I can't even imagine if Dollar Tree like made this into like a full-fledged like regular line, and like the characters would like yeah, look at that, really nice. Talk about card art. I like how it's so small and compact too. The tank. Wow, just something about the way they do the bodies is pretty good. Like, I almost dare to say, like, well, I don't want to dare to say, I think it's pretty apparent. Like, if you compare this to things like the Star Trek, or excuse me, Star Wars, the you know, their retro collection and other similar figures from like what is it, Super 7 maybe, I would actually give this a 1-up over them, you know, just because in the detailing. Obviously this is still like cheap budget cut, but like when you look at it, it looks like it's been painted or something. It looks really nice, like detailed, like washed or something. But I guess it's just to have so much more detail on them, right? Where I'm used to all the other new retro figures just being like super smooth, looking kind of plain. But these guys can definitely benefit from all of that extra texture. Plus they have accessories, you know? It's hard to get, you know, a lot of figures with these extra accessories. So this guy has this really cool, again, face sculpt looks really good. This one actually matches really well to the artwork. So they did a great job with this guy. Super nice, except for, well, I guess I don't know how his eye's supposed to light up. This looks like a regular eye, but whatever. And then the helmet goes on pretty good. Oh wow, look at that. And then I guess you can peg, it's probably for accessorized weapons, like from those packs over there. Now let's see how these guys hold weapons, because it looks a little bit sketch. Okay, yeah, that's I think the big drawback. Like, how do these guys hold weapons? Oh wait, it works. Oh, even with the finger, he gets to put it into the trigger hole. So awesome job. Look at that. Wowzers. All right, been looking forward to this guy, ACRM. I like my mechas, my transformers and stuff. Combatla B. All right, let's see how this guy looks. Let us see. Yeah, you know, it really makes me miss the old G.I. Joe scale, you know, and those figures, and of course, like the cartoon. So, I haven't had a chance to start getting back into watching the OG G.I. Joe cartoons. I know that Hasbro is always putting them up, and I think that's really cool on YouTube. So I should definitely revisit them. I'm just going through like a lot of the anime now, and I've been watching things like the Ghostbusters and Mario Brothers retro cartoons. But it just, the one thing that holds me back is that there's no incentive for me to want to collect the toys. I have a bunch of them still in my storage. I know I took a lot of them apart and I was trying to customize them, switching body parts. But like, you know, the new figures, the classifieds, they're too, I don't know, they're too large and they don't really have the same appeal to me. But that's neither here nor there for this video. But let's finish off with ACRM. Man, this guy feels chunky. It's like he almost looks like, it feels like he's almost like metal or something. But again, great job on this. It looks like it has Hasbro level detailing, you know, the kind that I don't like on the Transformers that have like super circuitry. But again, for this guy, for this style, it's perfect, right? You know, Transformers is different. The Transformers retro guys are, you know, supposed to have the smooth geometric bodies. These guys are supposed to have all of this cool detailing on them, and it succeeds. This guy has a bunch of ports, as you can see. And he doesn't come with anything because I guess you, again, have to get a hold of one of these weapons packs here. So we'll check that out in the future. So I'll save this guy for the end or for another video. But for now, there we go. This guy looks great, feels strong and sturdy. And that's the team of the final faction, guys. I know there's a few more out there. I'll probably try to get them all eventually. Yeah, they come pretty damaged. Obviously, they're from the dollar store. But, you know, keeping them like this still looks decent. All right, guys, well, let me know what you think. I'll probably finish off these as well. Don't forget to check out my videos on the vehicles. Again, this is a great set just to kind of display. Again, first toys for kids that you want to get them into things like sci-fi and stuff like that. This is incredible. These are going to be ultra durable and at the very least cheap to replace if necessary, as long as you can find them. All right, guys, don't forget, keep it faith, safe, pray, spread that love, be positive, be thankful. Coming back at you. Peace.